Hey guys, it's a week of no podcast. We're back with episode 12 of Wrestling Hykiri. We'll start things off with the 8-man tag match event from Monday Night Raw. That was a really good match. You had Cody Rhodes, you had Ezekiel, RK Bro, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins, and the Usos, all those people involved. It was just a great main event, I think. Plus, you put together all the things that have been happening, the feud over the weeks, the title unification, the Rollins and Rose rematch, the debut of Ezekiel, feuding with KO. It was a great match, and I would give it a 4 stars. You had some really good things going on. A lot of RKOs for Randy Orton's appreciation night for being there for 20 years. So it was a good crowd. Had a good crowd noise. Good wrestling. It was a match I think it helped push the feud a lot for all of those involved. It helped push for the unification match, which may be ruined now. I'm not really sure, but we'll get to that later on. Ezekiel and Kevin Owens feud has been great though. Kevin Owens is already great. Elias, as he was also great. So putting this into a feud. Normally, I don't like name changes after you already establish a character. But for some reason, it seems to be working for Ezekiel. And then, of course, the rematch with Cody and Seth. You really don't need to do much there to make anybody want to watch that. You just want to watch it automatically because the first one was so good. The second's going to be maybe even better. But I'm looking at it in Raw. It did what it was supposed to do for that point in time, I think. It helped establish what should be happening with everybody involved heading into WrestleMania Backlash next Sunday, so we'll see. But we also on Raw have the return of Asuka, who is going into a feud with Becky Lynch. It seems that since Becky dropped the belt to Bianca in her first title loss at WrestleMania, Becky has a new character direction. Or she's a little mental now. I think Becky can pull the gimmick off without much work. But I think adding, or maybe not adding, but whoever helped write My Precious line, where she was talking about the championship title. A lot of people I didn't like it because it's overdone. Becky made it. I think it made her seem a little more over the top, crazy than what they were hoping for, and that's good. And it established the character more. So I think it helped her in a lot of ways. But put it on the internet, and not many people cared about it. And then we have Oscar into the mix, and now that Oscar's back after the injury sideline, just waiting on the roster. I think it's going to be a fun match, and I think Oscar likes working with Becky, so we'll have a really great series of matches between all of them in this feud. Moving on to NXT, we have Chance Carter and Soto Sakura. It's another thing with name changes. Casey Cassidy, I don't know why they changed her name. She's been Casey on NXT for the last 2 years. and she's been known as Casey since her time on Ninja Warrior. So why change her name to Katana Chance or whatever? It's a stupid name at that. Like, wait, no. But they are a great tag team. So seeing them work together, they're probably the best female tag team on all three rosters right now. So I really think they need to move Casey and Carter. I mean, sorry, Chance and Carter. That onto our main roster. Give them real titles and see what they can do. The women's division for tag teams on the two main rosters is very, very lacking. So if you put an established team into the mix, probably going to get a few good paydays. So that's what I would do, but as for Solo Sokoa, I read across the internet that people love this guy. And I really don't know why. I mean, maybe because of his size. He's a big boy, but he looks like an Uso. And he tried to be Roman Reigns. I mean, his finishing move is literally the same finisher that the Usos use. A top rope splash. How can you be high on a wrestler that has no originality for his character? It's like his character currently is just living off of the Usos and living for Roman Reigns. He has nothing of his own. I don't see the hype. He's kind of bland. He's just a long Uso, and unless they give something edgy to his character, I really don't see his popularity. I don't see him going anywhere past NXT, and I just think it's bad at this. I mean, I hope he can do better. I hope he changes the character, gets some originality. Right now, I'm just not feeling it. But what I am feeling is Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy's freaking awesome. When he came out on NXT this week with the little Druid guys, dude, that's like total Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, and Edge vibes. Like, it's great. I'm not really sure where they're going with it. I really don't see him defeating Braun Breaker this coming Tuesday, which might hurt the gimmick push, but I think it'll be a great match. I like Gacy's work. I really enjoy the gimmick. I don't know if he's ready for the big championship, but I think he's on his way there. The only way I see him winning is if they decide to push Breaker to the main roster, which I don't know if he is or isn't ready for that yet. His matches with Dolph Ziggler were good, but everything else has been kind of the same match, it's the same match. But when it's match with Gacy, you see something different because it's a different style opponent that it normally goes up against. So I think Baker and Gacy will probably be a great match Tuesday. But keep an eye on the gimmick, I think. This whole positivity is evil cult gimmick thing he's doing is definitely a moneymaker. So we'll see where it goes. Keep an eye out. Over on AEW, we saw FTR qualifying for the Owen Hart tournament. FTR, formerly known as the Revival, from the Indian NXT days. It was a great match. They fought each other in singles action. Wasn't nothing special, as far as wrestling. No high flying or go through submissions or excessive finishers. It was just a really good catch wrestling match. Where you just had counters after counters and the pins, the kickouts and the pins. back into pins and submissions into pins. It's just, if you're a wrestling fan, not sports entertainment fan, you would have gave this match a good solid 4 stars. AEW kind of marked on themselves and called it a 6 star. Classic, I don't know where they were going with that, but I wouldn't give this match a 6 star. I'd say 6 stars for like matches like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. You know, that's a 6 star match. But this match was a solid 4 stars, possible 5 stars. So it was a great match, I think. It's just if you're a wrestling fan and you're running this match. The main event for the show was Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. Another match. Ah, a lot of things happened here. The crowd was into it. People are going to say it was a great main event. I would give it maybe a 2, almost 3 star match. Yeah, here's the problem with it. You had too much going on. You had them wrestling. They had their chicks interfere for whatever reason. So you had them fighting each other. Then you had the manager come in, and you had Alvaro girl King attack the manager. Another interference, and it just took away from the match itself. And then the ending with Sammy Guevara being tossed into the barbed wire ladder from the top of the other ladder. That should have been the ending. That's how you end the match. You don't keep the match going. Have Sammy no sell it. Jump back on the ladder. And then get pushed off before you end the match. So you're telling me that you shove somebody off a ladder is more painful than shoving them off a ladder onto a barbed wire ladder? That doesn't make sense to me. It's just bad booking. A regular shove should not do you more damage than falling onto a ladder wrapped in barbed wire. Anybody will tell you it makes no sense. It just makes no sense. I know Guevara is a little known for no selling big spots, but he really needs to stop because it just ruins the match. It should have kept the women out. It should have kept the interference out. They're just pushing way too much into one match. As a wrestler, Guevara's great. As a person, he's very ratty. I don't like him as a person. I don't know how he maintains a job in AEW after what he said about that, about the other divas. I just don't think you keep a guy wrestling when he said that about you women wrestlers. But whatever. Scorpio Sky is a great wrestler with a big future. So I see Scorpio Sky, being the area champion for a really long time. I think this match will help push him up a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. In NXT UK, we have Ilya Dragunov setting up a title match against Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace. Ilya's matches with Walter were brutal. I mean, that was insane. Very stiff, hard hitting matches. And they were excellent. But after beating Walter, Gunter, he was Walter then. Ilya hasn't done much as a champion. But the Irish Ace, Jordan Devlin is amazing. One of my favorites, deserved to be champion. He's a great heel. And the match was already set to be really good. And now they add in the loser leaves the company. I think Devlin wins. And Ilya goes on to NXT 2.0. I hope they change the gimmick. I really don't like the maestro orchestra gimmick when you're a wrestler, but hey, they got him a championship. Right? I'm pretty sure next week we'll see Devlin as champion. So look forward to that match. It'll be a good one. And we'll end the show with 10 releases from NXT this week. They released 10 men and women, or a mix of 10 men and women. The notable releases, in my opinion, were Dexter Loomis and Dakota Kai and Heartland. Dakota Kai, I have no idea why WWE would release her. She's great, she can work as a heel or a face. Just a good wrestler. Very, very good at it. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure she'll be jobbed and hired by AEW and never be seen on TV. Like everybody else they hire. Dexter Loomis, also known as Samuel Shaw. Great gimmick. I wasn't a huge fan of Dexter when he got there. Before he was Dexter. But I don't think he should have been released. He really grew on. I think Dexter could have been championship material. Because of his age, they didn't think he deserved a big push since he's 38 years old. But LA Knight is on the main roster, and he's older than that, and Dexter's a better wrestler and character. So I don't know why you would keep LA Knight over Dexter. It makes no sense to me. And then you end it with Heartland. I don't know what to say about Heartland. He looked like Joe Gacy's cult bodyguard. Really good look to him. Really big guy. I didn't get to see him wrestle all that much, so maybe he didn't live up to what they were looking for. In the ring, I know he was in line for a really big push earlier in the year or the end of last year, and something stopped that. And then he reemerged as Lacey's bodyguard person. And now he's going, so. But he's still a young guy. So he still has a lot of time to maybe make it back to the roster, and we'll see him there. And we're going to end the show. Talk about SmackDown. I know we already talked about 8-man tag match. But the end of SmackDown had a contract signing for Usos against RK Bro for the unified title. Then Drew McIntyre interfered in the segment, attacking Roman Reigns. Roman tore the contract up for the unification match. And now we're set to have a 6-man match at WrestleMania Backlash for the unified title. Matches are no more. We have no top title match at the pay-per-view. And we have no world title match. So you give Roman a unified championship, but you don't give him a match. Seems like weird booking. But this is WWE. Who knows what they're thinking? I really don't. But I will see you guys next episode, or you can visit me on Twitch. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show and please subscribe. Bye, guys.